It's a Rockets postgame presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. And for the first time in a long time, 7.5 years, Rockets get on a plane and leave Indianapolis, Indiana with a victory. 118-114 the final score as the Rockets pick up their 31st victory of the season. Anything but easy tonight. 18 lead changes, 17 ties, but when the we side has more than the they side, you'll take that every single night. That was the case here tonight, 118-114. Fun Can't Lose is presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Calvin Murphy tonight playing without Kevin Durant, but Alperen Sengun did his thing.
What he simply did, what he's supposed to do, be the workhorse out there. You know, he didn't make the All-Star team, but, you know, we know to us he is the All-Star. So with that being said, he was very, very aggressive tonight. He wanted the ball. See, that's the key offensively, being able to score the way he did. He wanted the pressure on him when he had the ball in his hands. I didn't understand why they didn't spend a lot of time double teaming him. They allowed him to go one-on-one for most of the evening. And with that being said, because of his footwork inside, he gets himself an opportunity to get a lot of easy baskets like that.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you, I don't think it'd be a terrible thing if he is not an all-star to rest that ankle, get that explosion back around the rim. We welcome you in our Space City Home Network studios alongside the Hall of Famer Calvin Murphy. I'm Kevin Eschenfelder. Duo along with 39 and 16, 7 offensive rebounds tonight for Alperen Sengun, none bigger than the one after the missed free throws at the end of the game. He really he bailed himself out. Like he said, he goes, we got lucky with the offensive rebounds, but, offensive rebounds, a lot of work too.
I don't call that luck because what he simply did, he didn't give up on the play. When he shot the second foul shot, he knew it was off, and he just followed the flight of the ball and was able, nobody boxed him out. Nobody had any basic box-out method, so he just went to the ball and was able to rebound it, which was the biggest rebound of the game, obviously, when they were only up 3.
Yeah, the offensive rebounds, 19-7 in this game, which turned out to be a 30-8 lead in second chance points. There's the missed free throw, the tip out, and then Alperen Sengun able to secure it and get it out to Amen Thompson, which would turn out to be 2 more second chance points.
But now let me give Alfie a little excuse for missing those 2 foul shots. Now normally I don't give anybody excuses, when it comes to the foul line. You know that, right? But his legs had to be tired.
Yeah,
his legs had to be tired, and as you know, shooting comes from the legs. And in a situation like that, what you want to do is you want to take 1 or 2 more seconds just to collect your thought in there. But when he shot those 2, he never used his legs. So consequently, the shot was flat. So he was able to follow the flight of the ball to get that offensive rebound.
And I misspoke. I said 2 points for Amen Thompson on those second chance points. He only made 1 of the 2 free throws to make it a little more interesting there at the
all
end of that
you needed
game.
Was 1.
That's all he needed. Now you got it. All right, time for us to head back to Indianapolis where the Rockets got the win tonight. Let's hear from head coach Ime Udoka.
Coach, what did you like about Alperen's effort tonight? Obviously, Kevin, he definitely stepped up.
Yeah, aggressive from the start. It's not always, like I said, always about made or miss shots. Got the same great looks and cashed them in tonight, but obviously felt a little bit better, had a little more bounce in the step, attacked the matchups and made the right plays. And so obviously we were struggling at times in the first overall as a unit, and I think he kept us afloat until everybody else kind of caught up and got on board.
How important was that rebounding effort from everybody towards the end of the game, but particularly Jae'Sean Tate and his energy?
Yeah, it was big. We had 19 offensive rebounds for 30 second chance points, cashed those in on 12 or 16 attempts. So great job there. And like I said, we're going to have to continue to carry that over with Steven being out. And guys did a great job, but it was basically typified by that last play. Jae'Sean with Jackson there, he does a defensive lineman swim move to get around and gets his hand on the ball. Alpie follows. Tari was in there as well, getting by Neesmith, I think. And Alpie came up with a big board off his miss and obviously kicked out took some time off the clock. And then Amen had to knock one down. But, it went with the night. 19 offensive rebounds is a big number for us and cashing them in, like I said, for 30 points.
Did you feel any extra motivation from Albie because he didn't make the All-Star team?
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to have that regardless. He's motivated to make it, and then when you don't make it, you have a little extra motivation as well. And so, more so than anything, though, he's going to feel better and better, with some rest and his ankle catching up to him. And so you can see a little pop back in the step, just like he did before he tweaked it again. And understanding with 26 points missing tonight, he had to step up and carried the load tonight.
You guys struggled with turnovers tonight. What did you see that led to those big ones?
Yeah, playing in the crowd a little bit. I think, we made some nice interior passes, but at times guys weren't ready for those. And it was really a lot in traffic, and they cashed them in at a high clip. In the third quarter alone, they had 10 points off of our turnovers. And to, give up 26 off 16 turnovers is way too high. So if we take care of the ball, as always, a good formula for us is offensive rebound, take care of the ball, win the possession battle. And that's what kept them in it, but the rebounding helped us as well.
You turned to Kevin more than you had previous games today. What led to that?
The shooting ability, and then just like his physicality with McConnell and some of their smaller guards, Nembhard. And so, he probably has a little extra motivation here as well, coming back playing against an old team, and he's played well here in the past. But, yeah, I'd like this physicality on the defensive end specifically.
You talked about this a little bit with the offensive rebounds. Indiana entered this game in January. They're the best in the league at limiting offensive rebounds. What were you guys able to do to overcome what they had done well so far?
Well, I think the fact that Alperen's drawing all that attention, they're doubling and scrambling, and I think it led to a lot of open lanes for guys to crash. And then I think Alpe in general, Clinton as well. They're not the biggest team. They got Huff and Jackson, but we felt we could take advantage of the boards there. Something we do well. So it's kind of a battle of the wills, I guess, with both teams doing that at a high clip. And so we feel confident on most nights if we get the crashing from the wings and three or more guys, we'll get a good chance to get 60, 70% of those. Thank you.
Yeah, Rockets dominating the glass. They win it tonight, 118-114. Just getting started. It's a postgame, and it's presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. Here's your final score tonight. Rockets winning in Indianapolis. First time since November of 2018. 118-114, the win tonight. As the Indiana Pacers playing their best basketball of the season. It has been a struggle. A team that started the season by going 2-15 out of the gate. They have been pushing uphill all season long. Rockets get the win tonight. Time now for Calvin's Court, presented by Memorial Hermann Rockets Orthopedics. Let's talk about Jae'Sean Tate, what you saw for him. Tonight, played 14 minutes. That's the fourth time since Christmas he's played double-digit minutes in a game. And he was instrumental in this one tonight.
Yeah, well, Kevin, you hit it right on the head. This isn't about the time he played. This is what he gave at the time given. Mr. Professional is what we're going to start calling him. The fact that matter was, when he got in the game, the tempo and the enthusiasm on the floor changed, number one. Number two, his activity was really good for the Rockets. He were able, in the 14 minutes he played, he got 8 points by just being active around that glass. The one thing that he will do, and you know that he does extremely well, is he's going to make something happen on both ends of the court.
I think there's also, correct me if I'm wrong, but a sense of surprise when he comes on the court, because I'm not sure anybody really puts too much about Jae'Sean Tate into that scouting report.
Well, there's something to be said about that. But nevertheless, they've seen him play before. They know the way he plays. And so if you are going to be silly enough not to give him the respect out on the floor, this is the kind of stuff that's going to happen to you.
All right. I usually say let's go to the guys who had the best seat in the house, but I'm not sure about that tonight. They did have a seat in the house to watch the Rockets get the win tonight. Let's go back to Craig and Ryan, guys.
All right, thank you very much. No Kevin Durant tonight. Out with an ankle sprain, just his third miss of the season. But the Rockets are now 3-0 without Kevin Durant in the lineup. Alperen Sengun had one of the best games of his career tonight.
Yeah, that's the start that you expect. And right from the tip, he was aggressive. He got downhill. And the biggest sign to me is not the points that he had, but look at this. Jay Huff, 5 fouls. Isaiah Jackson, 5 fouls. Micah Potter, 3 fouls. This man put in absolute work in the paint. He attacked, and it paid off. And I would say the toughest stretch of the game for the Houston Rockets, Alperen got to the foul line time after time. Houston shoots 31 free throws. And, Craig, you saw this.
No, they shot 37. They made 31.
Made 31 free throws. Thank you, big fella. 83%. Okay, and that's not something that we could have said a couple games ago.
They did miss some ones down the stretch. They made things a little interesting. But Sengun shot 18 free throws tonight. That's a career-high attempts for him, one shy of a career high for makes. But, again, 39 points for him, 16 rebounds. The things that the Rockets were worried about, that the Pacers do well, they did do well. They shot the threes well. Scored a lot of points off of turnovers. They outscored the Rockets on the break, but then the Rockets were able to flip the script, and they really excelled at what they do well. Rebounds, offensive rebounds, second chance points. And look, Jae'Sean Tate was a difference maker tonight. He was right there in the mix, the putback, helping offensive rebounds. I think he had, the tip to Sengun on that big after his two misses at the free throw line late. Jae'Sean Tate, there's a reason why Jae'Sean ended up playing as much as he did here tonight, because they needed him to.
He was a plus 17. The urgency was there. The junkyard dog mentality was there for Jae'Sean Tate. And I think we all walk into games like this going, oh, Durant's out. This guy's missing. Oh, JT is just salivating because, he's putting in the work. He's ready to go. And I think the biggest thing from knowing JT from when the season started is that he's looking like himself. He's healthy. He's physical. He gives that edginess that Ime Udoka would love. But again, monster game from Jae'Sean Tate. And it was just huge. I think it was like late second quarter when he come in the game, and just right away you saw his physicality and his energy.
And then Thompson with a double-double, 3 assists away from a triple-double. But again, rebounds, offensive rebounds, free throw shooting, second chance points, and Alperen Sengun, and a little splash of Jae'Sean Tate tonight. That was the difference. And while the Rockets ended a very long losing streak here in Indiana, they got the win. They sweep the Pacers in the process, and now they come home for 2 against the Celtics and the red-hot Charlotte Hornets. 118-114, your final tonight here from Indianapolis. And, fellas, we'll go back to you.
All right, guys, we'll see you back at Toyota Center coming up on Wednesday night, where the Celtics come to town. Rockets outscored the Pacers by 15 points tonight at the free throw line. Win it by 4, 118-114.